Well, here is what we've got going on today. We started corn on Monday. Today is Sunday. We chopped Monday through Friday, kind of jumped around here and there, and the corn is just not quite ready yet. We're kind of waiting for it to dry down. I have a sample. I have 6 or 8 stalks laying in the corn head. I'll run that through the chopper, blow it on the floor of the shop. We'll get that on the Coster testers to get it cooking down, and then the next thing I'm gonna do is work on getting the 7710 back together. If you recall a couple of videos ago, we ended up having bearings done in this final drive. Or had a bearing go, the seal went, had a bearing gone, that caused the seal to go. And we had Kaz put new bearings and a new seal in it, and then we're going to go ahead and put new brake components in it, get it back together, and get this rolled out the door. We do have brake parts to do the other side, but I think I'm gonna wait until another day. I'll at least get this back together, and before I put oil in it, I'll decide whether or not I have time to do this other side. We've got a couple of random forklifts that we've got to get one moved out of the way so we can get to work here, but the PTO ended up showing up for the 9560. That's in this crate. We'll need to get this out of here so that camera kicked off. So we'll need to get this crate out of here that has the PTO in it for the 9620. We'll put that in sometime this winter. And if you recall a video ago or so, I ended up breaking the rear yoke on the C5. So Jared got that back together. I need to get a new one. He ended up taking some parts out of another truck to get the C5 back up and going, and they're hauling manure with that now. So that cracked and broke and set the drive shaft down on the ground, and then it swelled the seal up enough to screw that up, and we need to replace the seal in it as well. So let's get our sample done, and we'll get on to the rest of our daily projects here today. Well, we have grabbed 3 samples so far, and I've come up with 63 and 64% moisture. So this is some of the first conventional corn that we've planted. This is a Hubner 6663, and there's the same variety up a little further on the next farm up. I thought I would just kind of walk you guys in here and show you what we're looking at here. It's green yet. I don't suspect that this is any much drier than 65%. Ears are a little small. Dented though, but we'll just cut 8 or 10 stalks out of here. Come up in here a few rows. Get past it all, get out into the middle a little bit. Plant it around. What do we got? Oh, this is where the headlands meet each other here. So that's what the ears are looking like. So we'll walk down in here in the middle. Alright, let me cut 6 or 8 stalks here. Well, I didn't even grab any samples from that. It's just, it's not going to be any different than the upper field. So I've got 6 or 8 stalks in the back of the truck from the upper field, which is those strips up on the other side of that hay field there. Now we were up in this area the other day, and that is on a slightly higher elevation, not much, but we ended up taking some corn off. We took this field off up to our left here. We're gonna put wheat here, and they field spread manure on that field right that same day. Alex and Sarah, or Alex and Jared, field spread with the Freightliner and the 900. So they've got that completely covered. Sarah will be able to get that disc here as soon as she can. We'll probably wait till after it rains a little bit. Now they're hauling manure up here as well, up in this area on some hay fields today. Today is Sunday, September 22nd or 3rd. And we might as well go over and check on them to see how they are doing. Oh, there was a couple other strips up here a little ways that we're going to put wheat on as well. And that is rented ground. We're not allowed. Oh, that's where they're spreading right there. I thought they were on the other side of the road, so we're going to turn around. We could have came right in that field. Alex was just pulling out. So we'll pull in here. We're going to plow all of this up here and put wheat on each other's opposite strips, corn in the middle, and then that field that we chopped that they field spread on, there's hay on the upper side of that. We're going to take that hay off, or we're going to put corn where that hay lot is, and yeah, let me get out of this traffic here and I'll join up with you guys in a moment here. Alright, I assume they were on the other side of the road up here. So Alex pulled out as we were driving by, and now Jared's pulling in. They've got the frac tank set up. Looks like Fitzy's offloading. Into the frac tank as we pull in the field. Nate has just loaded a load. He's pulling out. I think Fitzy's done. Yeah. Jared's pulled up that way. He'll be out of here before the next truck gets here, but he has pulled up this way, and then that next truck would come around him and pull along that side and offload. 2 trucks would be able to offload at the same time. Whereas that's the way Alex was in there when Fitzy got here. Fitzy dumped after Alex did, and then this still gives room for Nate to get in here to be able to get loaded himself. I get the question time and time again, why do you need the frac tank? Well, there's a pretty good example right there. There was two tankers, one pulling out and we drove by, one was offloading and another one pulled in. And Nate's off spreading this load. They might be stacked right on top of each other, but they're not. No one's holding the other guy up. They're loading out of different manure pits at the barn. One takes a little longer to get to than the other one does. And that is the reason why he's going over in on this cornfield. See, I don't know too much about what's going on here. They field spread on it, now they're putting more manure on it. They spread in here yesterday as well. The trouble with field spreading with the trucks, you can only put about 5,000-6,000 gallons to the acre on. And this ground here will take, oh, he's not injecting, he's field spreading. See, I'm not with this program here. He could have made a really good video. Oh no, he is injecting. He just wanted to make sure I knew that there was a leak on that manifold back there. He must have a wore out distribution box. We'll circle around and let him get by us here without getting spotted. Just about getting to us. Yeah, he needs a whole distribution box. Oh no. Better get back to the farm and get some work done. Can't be goofing off freaking videoing, you know? This should be a good piece of wheat. Very nicely manured. Yeah, he warned us. He said that's spraying a little bit. And I said, oh, your field spreading? No, just step back, he says. All right, Jared should be offloaded by now. Just kind of keep the camera on. Looks like they field spread with a couple of trucks there earlier on. Well, he's out of here. This frac tank should have like at least 16,000 gallons in it. 24 would have been with Alex's load, but Nate ended up taking 8,500 out. We'll just kind of take a peek in here and see how full it is. It's about 2/3 full. All right, so let's get back to the farm. We'll chop up this sample. The other one that's on the coster tester should be done by now. We'll get that one on there, and then we can get our final drive housing cleaned up. Get some sealing on it and try to get it married into place. Got busy traffic here on a Sunday. Route 20 is just about impossible to get out onto. It's the 22nd or 3rd of September. Next weekend will be even more busy. And there's a lot of traffic with the apple orchards and the pumpkin patches that are open now. Everybody brings themselves out into the country to get some fun times, I guess. So, alright, we'll get back to the shop here. Alright, so we have a couple of samples cooking on the 2 coster testers. Our leaf mulcher yard debris chopper thing is up there on the pallet rack. We've used that in the past, but it's just easier to use the chopper. It's a one-man operation. That damn thing there, you'd have to have one guy holding the bag around the bottom of it so that you were getting all of the contents that you were chopping up in order to get an accurate sample. I was just getting ready to pull this crate out of here, and I said, well, you guys are probably going to want to see what's inside, so we might as well open this up, show you what's inside it, and then we'll start putting that final drive together. Well, that's what everything looks like. Hopefully everything is here. And we'll have to get putting this on there. When we get time here this winter. Hopefully there's something for directions here. Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of bolts and stickers and what have you like that. Well, we'll get the cover put back in place here, and we'll get this on there here this winter. Alright, so we have our surfaces are cleaned up. I've got the ring gear put on the final drive housing. That's all cleaned up. New sealant installed between those 2 pieces, those 2 flanges. What we're going to do now is we're going to pull this disc out of here. So this is the actual brake disc itself. I need 2 hands. This out of there. Now, this disc, there's quite a bit of life left in it, but I can see where it's got some wear in it as well. There's a little bit of a lip there. And as long as we are into this project, we might as well take everything and install new. So we'll get the piston pulled out, and we've got some new O-rings to put in there as well. And we'll show you what that looks like when we get that in there. I need to pull that piston out. piston. So we'll pop the O-rings out. Got the outer on. I guess there's only one. Only one piston O-ring? Alright. Well, I thought the camera caught that, but it didn't. We've got the piston in there, the new O-rings, put the piston in. I had to drill another hole in my angle iron where I used 2 blocks of wood to push that in. I don't know if the camera caught that or not, but what we're going to do now is we're going to get the brake disc, get that oiled, get that on there along with the outer pressure plate, and then we can put the housing in there. Well, here's where we're at. Piston is installed, got new return springs installed in there. That'll push the piston, or not the piston, but the pressure plate away. And then here is the used disc that came out, and then here is the new one. And I can feel a lip right there, and they're probably not quite half wore. So there's no reason why we need to put this together with the older parts. This parts kit was $2,593 for the brake discs, piston, O-rings, and all that. Now we're going to soak this disc in oil before we put it on the shaft here, before we put it in. I found the best way to do this is to just take the plastic bag that the disc came in, and then we just put a little bit of oil in there, hydraulic oil, let that soak for a little while, and then take the disc out of the bag and take the disc out of the bag, dump the oil out of the bag, and well, this bag's got a hole in it, so that ain't no good. So we'll just go like that. Usually these bags are a little heavier. Yeah, this bag ain't worth the crap. Well, that didn't work that great, but I'll get a clean rag now. Just wipe some oil on there, and then we'll send it together. Now we are ready to slide this unit in there. We've got our sealant all installed. We'll go ahead and it's going to take some time. We got to get it all timed, and then this is the actual bottom part of the axle, so we'll get that in there, then we'll roll it around and bolt it in. Alright, so we've got this final drive in place, got the fuel line hooked up. These smaller units are definitely a lot easier to work with. This took me about 20 minutes to get this to go into place. So now we're going to put the wheel on, the inner wheel, get it torqued. Then we can put the outer hub on, put the dual on, and then we'll have this just about wrapped up. Well, folks, that is going to do it for this video anyways. I don't know if that's going to do it for this project or not. If we want to run this tractor, we can just put oil in it and run it. If it rains, we'll leave it right in here. In the event that it rains in the next couple days and it looks like I have a little bit of a window to do the other side, that's what we'll do. So we're going to leave our blocks there, leave our jack there, and we're just going to call it quits on this job here. So, with that being said, I want to thank everybody for watching, and we'll catch you at the next one. We do like one bolt on this side we got to get, and the other thing we got to do is we have to get new bolts for that final drive housing. They didn't send me new ones, and I don't think you should run them a second time. So, that'll do her. How'd you make out spreading?
Good.
How many loads you get today?
10.
10?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That was almost 500,000 today. For a Sunday, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All